Hi, this is Matt Miano, Events Manager from the town of Dillon, and I am sitting here with Councilmember Tim Westerberg. We are at the Arapaho Cafe and Pub, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. But let's get down to business first. Tim, how are you?
I'm great, Matt, thanks.
All right.
It's a good day to be out and about.
Yeah, and we're inside now, so we'll do this, and then you and I will head outside.
Absolutely, that's where I'm going.
This is 2 times in a row for you and me. Last time we were down at the marina, which is now open, as well as the Tiki Bar, which is pretty exciting.
Viewers are probably getting pretty spoiled. 2 times that we've in a row that we've done this.
We're more spoiled because
it'll be hard for the other council members to compete, but anyway.
We won't tell. Luckily, no. Oh wait, this is on TV, so we could be busted on that one. But last time we didn't have a ton to talk about. This time we've got some very exciting news to talk about.
Absolutely. We've hired a new, of course, we've hired a new town manager, and we are very excited about that. Tom Breslin is coming to us from Clear Creek County, where he has been for the past 4 years the county manager there. Yep. Duties not exactly the same, but very similar in many respects to the expectations here as town manager in Dillon. Prior to that, was a manager of a division at Keystone for many years, and is comes well respected and highly recommended from both of those organizations. He's not a newcomer to our community, to Summit County. He's been here, I believe, 17 years, living in the county for 17 years. So he knows the county, he knows Dillon. He's extremely excited about being our town manager and joining this town, and the fine staff that we already have in place. He has many skills, but in our pretty exhaustive interviewing and selection process, he comes across as really a strong people person and a very effective communicator. So, those are very important skills.
Sure. And if I can speak on behalf of the staff, I know we're very excied to have him come on board. He starts July 7th.
July 7th, yeah. So we're anxious to get him on board. Coming up very, very soon now.
Yeah. And the future of Dillon is bright. So that is the exciting news. Some other things that went on at Town Council. We appointed the Municipal Judge. I know that works in correlation with the town of Silverthorne.
Yeah, Mr. Clark was appointed as judge, and he, as you just mentioned, we have a joint venture with Silverthorne, so we can share costs and just works a whole lot more efficiently for both towns. And he will be. He was sworn in, as you said at the last meeting. Silverthorne has already approved him as the municipal judge, so he's ready to go. And he also seems excited about joining the town.
I was going to say, he seems like a nice guy, but hopefully you won't have to meet him. It's one of those positions where he seemed like a really nice guy. Hope to only
see him once a year when he's appointed, and not in between.
Right. That was a lot of appointments and hirings going on, and then some stuff that probably I don't know if it confuses you. It confuses me. The Comcast. I'm going to refer to my cheat sheet. The Comcast cable franchise agreement was discussed. Why don't you explain that in detail, please?
Yeah, I'd like to. The document is about 80 pages long, and the only part I understood was the title. So beyond that, people are free to read it on their own.
Okay, and that is public record.
Slightly more seriously, I do understand that we're very pleased with the contract. The attorney that worked on behalf of the town to secure the contract gave a brief report at the council meeting the other night. Most of the contract remains the same from the previous one. There were half a dozen changes that she highlighted. And again, the town staff, and jokingly a little bit, the town council does try to read through that stuff, but it's pretty darn technical. Sure. So we rely on the attorney who worked for us and the town staff, and everybody seems to agree that it's a good contract for the town.
Well, and not only that, but this was the first reading, so there will be a second reading, and then with the second reading, there's a public hearing, which means you can come out and ask questions. And again, referring to my cheat sheet, that will be June the 17th at 6:30. So if you do want to read the 80-page document,
you're welcome to do that.
Come on out and ask questions at the public hearing.
About paragraph B3, page
Stump you.
71 or
Yeah,
whatever,
they might just
and
stump
stump
you.
the council.
Yeah. And then the very last thing that I'm sure there were one or two other things, but the one other thing that came out was we get audited as a government every year by law.
Very important,
And so
yeah.
the financials were discussed, and how did we do?
Clean bill of health. The person from the auditing firm was again present, and she said, I don't have much to say because my report would normally, or a report might normally focus on things that need to be tightened up or
Right.
or improved in some way. And she basically said, I have nothing to report. The town's financial records and procedures are indeed in excellent shape. So once again, we get the gold standard for our audit and our financial reporting.
Terrific.
And that's I'm glad you mentioned that because that is important. Even though it's very good news that there's nothing to
Right.
report. That's something that people in the community, I'm sure, are happy to know that we
Sure.
are audited regularly and we do very, very well.
Yeah. And I mean, I take that a little bit. You know, I certainly worked very hard as a staff member, but going even above me, I know that we've got some really great folks in place that really help us, you know, keep that gold standard.
Yeah, Carrie is absolutely fabulous, and she deserves, I suspect, well, a big part of the credit, along with all of the directors who manage their own budgets and records. So that is certainly a strength of the, among others of the
Carrie
staff.
McDonald's our finance director. She's also been the acting town manager and will be until Tom comes on board.
Probably the pleased, happiest person in the community about Tom coming on board, so Carrie can go back to doing just one
And can we
70-hour a week
I was
job.
going to say, can we force her to take a day off
Yeah,
here or
maybe.
there? I don't have the ability to do that, but maybe you do. So nice to hear that the financials are in order, and a lot of credit certainly does go to Carrie. Tim,
What's going on
thanks.
events-wise?
Oh, I was getting ready to wrap it up, and then you're going to put me on the spot.
I don't know, just a couple of
yeah.
highlights maybe?
I'm sitting here in long sleeves, but it's summertime. The farmers market has begun. First market was Friday, June the 6th, which means we've got a market every Friday coming up through September. Always a good time. The only weekend we don't is during the Festival in the Park, the new Rotary event, which is August 8th and 9th. And then concert season will begin. We do have a concert on June the 13th, so I think depending on when this airs, some of you will be able to make it and some of you may miss it. But it is the Army Dixieland Band. And that is June the 13th at 7 p.m., of course, at the amphitheater, which is just around the corner from the A Cafe, if you didn't know where the A Cafe was located. And then from there on, it's full speed ahead. The Lake Dillon Brewfest is the following weekend. It starts with 1 Ton Pig on June the 20th. June the 21st.
Will that pig be smoked here at the A Cafe after
I hope
his or her appearance, or am I
There's some
misunderstanding?
really nice guys. I hope that.
It's a group.
It is a group. Yes. I'm sure that there will be a 1 ton pig smoked here at the A Cafe at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. And then on the 21st is the actual beer festival itself, and that culminates at 7 p.m. with the band The Samples. A couple other key dates. July the 6th, super excited to have Dark Star Orchestra coming in. The Nacho Men before that on July the 3rd. July the 4th, we've got a full slate. Go to the website, townofdillon.com. You can find out about all that good stuff. And I know you like to come to an event or two, so come on down, see Tim, see myself. I'll be running around. So come say hi to Tim.
Come see me.
And visit us at one of the town events, because, again, summertime is a terrific time of year in Dillon, and we try to do as much as we can to keep you guys entertained.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you. And we'll be right back with Doug Pierce from the A Cafe. Hi, this is Matt Miano, the events manager from the town of Dillon, and I'm back here at the Arapaho Cafe and Pub, sitting with Doug Pierce. Doug, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having us, I guess.
Well, it's nice to be on the show and tell everybody a little bit about the Arapaho Cafe.
Well, let's do that. I know that this building has a great deal of history. Let's start there. Where'd this building come from?
The best we can get, it opened in about 1945 in the old town of Dillon. And it moved here. They dug the foundation in the spring of 1960, and the building moved here in the fall of 1961.
Now, when you say the old town of Dillon, I'm correct in assuming that you mean under the water.
Under the water.
So this is one of the few buildings, if I'm correct, that still stands.
Quite a few buildings did move up from the old town and are located somewhere around in the county.
But this is your favorite
This is one of the, this is my favorite one, and it's a classic.
Well, let's talk about food then. What do you guys do here in this historic building?
Well, we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we have the pub downstairs.
Okay, I've been there once or twice.
Wide variety. We started out with an all-American cafe with a little bit of barbecue on it, and now we've got selling a whole lot of barbecue, and there's a lot of other stuff on the menu.
Okay, and I know you do a lot of pub specials. We won't get into all those, but you mentioned there's a new website. It's just a simple ArapahoeCafe.com. And does that have all the pub specials
got all
for
the menus,
downstairs?
got the pub specials.
Okay.
I think some of the best nightly pub specials around.
Well, I know I've taken advantage of the. You got the taco night, the burger night. It's definitely a who's who to come down and see who's taking advantage of all that.
We do the burger night twice because it's so popular
Yeah,
on
that's
Wednesdays
awesome.
and Sundays. But
Well, and my wife can't get enough of the tacos and a Corona. It's one of her favorites.
well, we got a little bit of everything on the menu.
Yeah.
You've got breakfast after breakfast if you don't get up early enough.
I like that, breakfast after breakfast.
But we've been doing the competition barbecue for 20 years
Okay,
in Frisco, and voted best barbecue in Summit County
awesome.
the last couple of years in a row.
And so you do that out of here, out of the restaurant here?
Well, we have a catering place up the street.
Okay.
Right behind. We do most of the barbecue up there because there's so much volume.
Okay, that's the Bonnie Q Barbecue.
That's the Bonnie Q Barbecue.
Okay, named after your daughter, if I'm correct.
She's the namesake of
Okay,
our
excellent.
competition team.
All right.
And it's right behind the Conoco gas station
Okay.
and the Lake Dillon Theater. We have the Roadhouse Room, which seats up to 50 people.
Okay.
And then we do the off-site catering, pickup catering, full service off-site.
When I don't mean to interrupt, but I've used you guys catering for a lot of town events, and you guys have won best barbecue for good reason. It is delicious. So So the Roadhouse, do you rent that out? Like if you wanted to have a dinner there, is
We
that
rent
how
that
that
out.
works?
Rehearsal dinner, wedding, family
Awesome.
reunions, birthday parties. People come in and they say, "This is a great room. Never knew it was here." It's really classic. You've been in there.
Oh, absolutely.
You
It's a
walk
neat
in, you think
building.
you've just walked into a Texas Roadhouse barbecue
absolutely.
joint.
Yeah, and like I said, you got great barbecue, so I'm sold. Coming back to this place, we were talking about buildings. One of the my favorite things, and we can't see it here, but it's just another reason for you guys to come on down, enjoy breakfast or breakfast after breakfast. You guys have some great outdoor seating as well.
We got a great patio.
Yeah.
And we don't have the flowers out yet because we wait till June 15th because of the freeze warnings. But
Right.
we'll have the flowers out, and got a killer Bloody Mary, and fortunate to have the great wait staff that we have.
Awesome.
Got a great crew. Got a great crew in the kitchen and great crew out front. And that's why we voted best in town year after year.
That's great. Now, can I order, if I'm upstairs, can I order the menu from downstairs, vice versa, or is it you got to do one or the other?
It used to be one or the other, and we said,
Okay.
well, let's make it easy. You can get
Okay.
whatever you want upstairs, whatever you want downstairs. The
Cool.
the only restriction is that the pub special is just for the pub.
Gotcha.
But you can get your burger upstairs, you can get it with a dinner entree, or get your dinner entree down in the pub. So
Awesome. And I don't know if we mentioned this, but the pub downstairs is referred to as the pub down under.
the pub down under, it is under the building,
Sure.
and it is a who's who.
Yeah. Well, I used to ski patrol, and I know that you come in there, and half of my fellow coworkers would be down there on any given night for one of those pub specials. Another question, and we're bouncing around a little bit, but so we went over ArapahoeCafe.com. Does Bonnie Q Barbecue? They've got their own website. Is that
They
right?
do Bonnie Q BBQ.
Okay, and so you can check both of those out online. And then what's your phone number over here?
970-468-0873 here. And for
Okay.
the catering, it's the same area code, 468-7533.
Excellent. And then do you guys take reservations for dinner?
We don't take reservations. First
Okay,
come, first
First
serve.
come, first serve. So get here early. Again, Doug Pierce at the Arapaho Cafe and Pub.
We'll see you here.